Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. We have weather in 5 here, 5 days in 5 minutes, and we're seeing a bit of a change today. Some things happening off to our east and also off to our west that are going to be impacting our weather for the rest of today and through tomorrow and into Friday. The first thing to notice is the fact that we've seen a marked increase in cloud cover, particularly along the coastal areas of the Northeast. And that is because of the fact that we have this onshore flow, that is the wind coming in from off the ocean, and you're seeing these clouds, which yesterday were offshore and made it into the coastal Carolinas and into southern Virginia. Well, that cloud cover has now pushed its way back to the northwest. There are some slivers of sunshine there on the northern edge of this, but we also have, where you see the brighter white cloud tops, sitting south of Long Island and east of New Jersey, some rain, and some of that rain is actually backed into parts of southern and coastal New Jersey, down into Delaware and Maryland. The other thing that is driving all of this, of course, is the upper low that's back out in Utah and Colorado, where they had their quote summer winter storm yesterday, last night, and it continues, although it is winding down today. These clouds are moving northeastward, and you'll notice that the boundary of that cloud line is not making much eastward progress, at least not yet. It's waiting for an upper air disturbance to come down from Canada and start to push things along. So that will combine with all that ocean moisture that you see for later tonight and for Thursday to cause some problems. But for the rest of today, we are going to be dealing with cloud cover near the coast, more sunshine probably as you head inland, but again, clouds are going to be starting to filter in. And then we'll see the rain that is offshore on the radar, and you see it here. It is sitting off the New Jersey coast and then extends back westward, coming into parts of coastal and southern New Jersey. Most of it is on the light side. You're also seeing that rain back through parts of Delaware, Maryland, and southeastern Virginia and into North Carolina. This is going to increase some as we move through the overnight hours. On the surface map, we have a stalled frontal boundary offshore, lower pressures as you head south, and there is a weak low, by the way, that's well off the South and North Carolina coast in the middle of all of this. And the Hurricane Center is actually continuing to mention this as a possibility that this could become a tropical depression as it moves northwestward over the next day or two. So it is something that we're going to keep an eye on from that respect. But for now, it doesn't seem like we have a setup here that it would develop into anything more than that. So our concern is that we're going to get into some rain, and that rain will probably back westward later tonight into tomorrow, perhaps into western New Jersey, perhaps reaching into eastern portions of Pennsylvania. And then, of course, the other stalled frontal boundary that's up in western New York and in northern Ohio, central Indiana, that's going to become a cold front and will start to move southward. The Weather Prediction Center is showing that some areas could wind up with a fair amount of rain here over the next 7 days. Whatever we get tonight and tomorrow, I think will probably be beyond the order of a half an inch or less, although there will be some areas that could wind up with some heavier downpours. But notice that from southern New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, southward into Virginia, North Carolina, you're looking at up to several inches of rain possible between now and on Sunday. So rolling it all along on how the models handle all this, we're going to use the GFS because that looks like it has a fair and reasonable look at how this plays out. So the rest of today, whatever's on the radar will impact areas from southern New Jersey south. I don't think we'll have any problems north of there. Again, it's other than clouds with breaks of sunshine through the clouds, perhaps a little bit more as you go north and west of New York City. And then tonight into tomorrow, tomorrow morning, there'll be some showers and downpours around. That cold front to the west will approach and squeeze out a few more showers in the afternoon and evening, and then it should get out of the way in time for weather conditions to improve somewhat for Friday and Saturday. We have another high building from the Great Lakes to New England, so this is going to be a matter of how much dry air winds up making its way southward. I think there'll be enough that we should have at least partly sunny skies for Friday and Saturday. The frontal boundary is going to be stalled to our south, and then another low is going to move toward the Great Lakes on Sunday, and that is going to bring back the chance for some showers and thunderstorms. So you see there's not too much happening during the day on Saturday. You start to see some showers develop to the west later in the day, and then they come in for Sunday as the next cold front comes by, and then another high builds in with nice dry weather for the start, or maybe even through the first half of next week. Then it seems like we go through the same process all over again. Just very quickly, Tropical Storm Paulette, with top winds of 60 miles an hour, is at 20 north, 46.5 west. It's way out in the Atlantic, expected to turn northwestward, and it might come close to Bermuda early next week. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And Rene, which overnight weakened to a tropical depression, is now back to a tropical storm. It's right behind Paulette at 17.6 and 31.5. So we're talking way out in the tropical Atlantic. And that's forecast to turn northwest, and it may even briefly have a shot, at least according to the Hurricane Center, of becoming a hurricane before it weakens back into a tropical storm. There's a third system moving off the African coast, and that could become a tropical storm at some point over the weekend. So kind of busy with our weather. Again, no problems for this afternoon. We'll be in the upper 70s near the shore, 80 to 85 inland, upper 70s to low 80s on Thursday, mostly in the 70s on Friday, low to mid 70s on Saturday, and then back up to the 70s to maybe a few spots hitting 80 or better on Sunday. Joe and Joe Weather Show will discuss all of this tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can catch Weather in 5 and the Joe and Joe Weather Show as a podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Have a great day, everybody.